Good morning to everybody. Thank you very much for attending this symposium where we're going to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Roche Institute inside or in the context of this relevant framework of BioSpain 2014. First of all, you know that all the program is in English, but we think, we were talking about this before, that the majority of the attendees are Spanish or Spanish speakers. So is there anybody in the room that doesn't speak or understand Spanish? Because if everybody is a Spanish speaker, we'll try to do this opening in Spanish, because I think it's going to be warmer if all of us are Spanish speakers. So are you comfortable if we do it in Spanish, or there is somebody in the room that is only English speaker? Yes. You are only English speaker, don't worry. We will do it, we will do it in English, of course, because the program is in English and we have to respect the program. I was only trying to be flexible if everybody, but everybody in the room is a Spanish speaker. So don't worry, because we will do it in English, of course. So thank you very much again for attending this meeting. We decided in Roche Institute to celebrate this activity in the framework of BioSpain 2014 here in Galicia, because this is a special activity. It is not a current activity, an ordinary activity for the Roche Institute, because you know that Roche Institute has been created in 2004, so we are now 10 years of activities, 10 years of commitment with personalized medicine, and a lot of things happened in this long time period. In the real life was not so long, because I think that it was a very dynamic period from all the point of view, from the economic point of view, the social point of view, and here in this framework, from the medical, clinical, scientific point of view. We wanted to review what are the more relevant aspects that happened in this period, and more than this, to be focused in what is going to be the future, the next future and the medium-term future in personalized medicine, considering that now the environment is different. Now all the utopias that we were discussing in 2003, 2004 are realities. Now we have in the real market, in the real life of patients, a lot of therapeutic tools related to personalized medicine. But of course, personalized medicine is not completed. We have to follow additional steps. We have a lot of potential. And now we are discussing not only from the scientific point of view, considering that we have in the market medicines that are working to solve or to improve the health of patient groups. Now we also have to discuss and to talk about how we can introduce this product in the real life, in the healthcare systems, considering that the majority of the healthcare system are public healthcare system. And it's very important to conciliate, to introduce all the innovations to increase the quality of the healthcare system, and of course to improve the quality of life of patients. But at the same time, we have to consider the sustainability, the economic sustainability of the healthcare systems, because everybody knows that these technologies are not cheap technologies. We are going to specific to selective group of patients where we have to recover all the investments in R&D only with a reduced, targeted number of patients, a targeted population. So now, and you know, because it is in the newspapers every day, not only in Spain, in the majority of the developed countries, how we can manage this to conciliate the patient rights, to conciliate the real translational, because the translational is not only from basic research to clinical research. I think that we have a new generation of translational. The real translational is going from the clinical level to the patient level. And to go to the patient level, there are some obstacles related to the economic situation, to the economic dimension of these drugs. Another points that we are going to discuss today are related to big data and related to patient registries. It's very important when we are working with selective groups of population to know very well what are the effects, what are the results of these drugs in this specific group of patients. We are talking about a new way of medicine, a precision medicine, where it's very important to confirm in real life that the results coming from the clinical trials are validated in the real life with real situations of patients. I think that the program of today is a very complete program. We thank very much all the participants and all the speakers, your generosity for coming here. We have some speakers coming from the other side, coming from the United States, from Mexico, so we appreciate very much the effort that you made coming here with us, sharing with us all your knowledge, all your experiences, and I think it's going to be a very productive session, and maybe we are not going to answer all the questions that we have in mind about the future of personalized medicine, but I'm sure that it is going to be very productive to have a more clear orientation about what is going to happen in the next years. You know that Roche Foundation in this 10th year was working very focused in personalized medicine from all the perspective, not only from the scientific perspective. We're thinking in the scientific part, of course, because it's very relevant to develop the personalized medicine, but also we are considering that we are inside healthcare systems. We have to consider the patient perspective, because the way of life of patients is changing very much, and it's very important that they know what is the basis of personalized medicine, how we are pushing in this direction, how we are driving all the awareness in this direction, because you know that the patient role in the healthcare systems is more and more relevant, and also you know that the new regulations in the European Union are also going in this direction. You know that patients are going to participate, are going to be more engaged in all the regulation. In clinical trials, they are going to participate also in the design and in the methodology of clinical trials, and they are going to have a very active role in all the steps, not only inside the healthcare systems, not only as consumers, also because they are the protagonists, they are the people that are the really support for these steps, because if we don't have patients, we cannot improve their health. So now we are in a very relevant moment where patient education, where patient training is going to have a relevant role in the future. So thank you very much to everybody. I'm not going to speak more because we have a very concentrated agenda. Let me only introduce the authority that is with us today, and I appreciate very much your effort coming here today. He is Mr. Felix Rubial. Dr. Felix Rubial is the Director General of Healthcare in the Galician healthcare system, and he's going to open in a formal way this way of work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Federico. Distinguished speakers and guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you, and welcome to Santiago de Compostela. First of all, I would like to thank Acebio and especially to Instituto Roche their kind invitation to participate in this opening act. For us, in the Galician Health Ministry and for the Galician Health Service, this symposium represents an excellent opportunity to recall and analyze what is going on in the world, and as the title of the forum indicates, to understand the challenges of healthcare for the future. For more than 2 millennia, medicine has not declined from its aspiration of being personalized. In ancient times, Hippocrates combined the assessment of the 4 humors to determine the best course of treatment for each patient. Today, the sequence of the 4 chemical building blocks that comprise DNA enable more accurate medical predictions. These include whether an individual is developing an illness now or will develop it in the future, if he or she will respond positively to treatment or will suffer a serious reaction to a drug. But what is different about medicine today, and the reason why the word personalized has been added for emphasis, is that technology has brought us much closer to absolute precision in disease diagnosis and treatment. At present, in medical practice, it is still common for physicians to use a trial and error strategy until they find the most effective treatment therapy for their patients. With personalized medicine, these treatments can be more specifically tailored to an individual, and the personal genotype can allow physicians to have more detailed information that will guide them in deciding treatment prescriptions, which will be more cost-effective and accurate. Nowadays, this is a reality in patients with melanoma, leukemia, or metastatic lung, breast, or brain cancers, who are now routinely offered a molecular diagnosis that can greatly improve the patient's chances of survival. Personalized medicine offers endless advantages, and as it develops, will change the way the medicine is practiced. But as personalized medicine is more widely practiced, a number of challenges arise, such as reimbursement policies, patient privacy or confidentiality issues, intellectual property rights, as well as regulatory oversight, will have to be redefined and restructured to accommodate the changes that will bring to healthcare. Furthermore, the analysis of acquired diagnostic data is a recent challenge of personalized medicine and its adoption. All these challenges will require a big effort in interdisciplinary cooperation of experts from specific fields, such as medicine, pharmacy, biology, or software engineering. And a good example of this cooperation and a great pride for the Galician Health Service is Fundación Xenómica, one of the most relevant organizations in personalized medicine in Spain, which forms a network with our physicians, our scientists, helping to improve the quality of care we give to our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, healthcare is in crisis, today and probably always. It's expensive, reactive, inefficient, and focused largely on one-size-fits-all treatments. It's essential that we look into personalized, predictive, preventive, collaborative, and participatory medicine to find answers. Let's do it together. Thank you very much.